Hello students, this is my fifth lecture on finance. Now today we will be discussing flexible budget. Actually I won't discuss about budget and budget concept. I will mainly focus on flexible budget. Now you can see in various university exam this topic comes. Not only in university exam but also in CA, ICWA this question from these topics comes. Now what is this flexible budget? Do you have any idea what is this flexible budget? See, as the name suggests, budget means that you are anticipating in advance. Now flexible means it is changing. Now to understand this concept we need to understand first the concept of fixed cost, semi-variable cost and variable cost. Now what is fixed cost? We all know fixed cost means those costs which remains fixed irrespective of the levels of output. Means suppose at 10,000 unit fixed cost is 5,000 and at 15,000 unit also the fixed cost will be 5,000. So irrespective of the level of unit this fixed cost will remain fixed. Now what is variable cost? Variable cost means those costs which varies with the level of output. Means say, and it is calculated on per unit basis. Suppose say variable cost is rupees 2 per unit. So for 5,000 unit it will be 5,000 into 2, that is 10,000, and for 10,000 unit it will be 2 into 10,000, 20,000. So you can see that this variable cost varies with output. Then comes semi-variable cost. Now what is this semi-variable cost? Any idea? Semi-variable cost means those costs which are partly fixed and partly variable. Means partly fixed and partly variable. Some costs like say repair expenses or depreciation, these are mainly semi-variable. Now flexible budget deals with cost like fixed cost and variable cost. Though there is a concept of semi-variable cost, but it won't apply here. Here the cost will be divided into two categories, fixed cost and variable cost. And if there is any semi-variable cost, means partly fixed partly variable, we will segregate the fixed cost into fixed cost and variable cost into variable cost. Means say the cost, say the semi-variable cost say 6,000 and 3,000 is fixed and 3,000 is variable. So 3,000 fixed will go under fixed cost and 3,000 variable will go under variable cost. Means under flexible budget we will segregate the cost into two parts, that is fixed and variable. Here there is no room for semi-variable expenses. So semi-variable expenses need to be classified into, need to be allocated to fixed cost and variable cost. Now as you can see, this is the format of flexible budget. Means capacity will be there. Capacity means at what percentage the manufacturing unit is operating, and units will be there, and there will be two columns, one the inner column and the outer column. All adjustment will be done in the inner column and it will be added and posted under the outer column. Now let us start with this problem. You can see it is written the expenses budget for production of 10,000 units in a factory are, and the costs are given. First is material, then is labor, then is variable overhead, then is fixed overhead, then is variable expenses, then is selling expenses, then is distribution expenses, then is administration expenses, and total comes to total cost of sales per unit, and it comes to 155, means the summation of all these per unit cost, and it is given for 10,000 unit in a factory. So the actual capacity is 10,000 unit and you are required to prepare flexible budget for production of 8,000 unit and 6,000 unit. Now for all flexible budget this pattern will follow, means a basic unit will be given and you need to forecast for the asked unit, that is in this case it is 8,000 unit and 6,000 unit. So you need to prepare the forecasting for 60%, 80% and 100%. Why 60%? Means 6,000 unit means 6,000 unit of 10,000 means 60%, and 8,000 unit of 10,000 means 80%. So it will be 6,000 unit, 8,000 unit, and the basic capacity, that is the actual capacity, that is 10,000 unit, will also be incorporated. Now we will start with 60%. Now first, material is given 70. Material is given 70. So 70 into 6,000 will give you 4,20,000. Next, labor. Labor is given 25. 25 into 6,000 will give you 1,50,000. Then comes variable expenses, direct, means this is a direct cost. What is direct, indirect, I have already explained. Variable expense direct is given as 10. Sorry, it is not 10, it is 5. So it will be 30,000. And the summation of this will give you the prime cost. As I have mentioned, that material, labor and direct variable expense will give you the prime cost. And here this material, labor and variable expenses, these are all variable expenses, that's why it comes under the head variable. Then comes variable overhead. Variable overhead, it is given 20. So 20 into 6,000 will give you 1,20,000. Then comes selling expenses. Selling expenses, 10% is fixed. 10% of how much? 10% of 13. So variable expenses, if 10% of 13 becomes 1.3. So if we deduct 1.3 from 13, so the resultant variable expenses will be 11.7 per unit. So 11.7 into 6,000 will give you this 70,200. Similar will be the case for distribution expenses. Distribution expenses is 7 and 20% is fixed. So if we take 20% of distribution expenses, it will be 2.40. So if we deduct 2.40 from 7, it will be 5.60. So this 5.60 is variable. So 5.60 into 6,000 will give you the resultant figure, that is 33,600. The important point to note here is that material, labor, variable expenses, these are all direct cost, and that's why we are using the term prime cost, because summation of all direct cost is called prime cost. And variable overhead means all costs which are not direct, means which are not particularly attributable to any cost unit or cost center, and these are mainly manufacturing or administrative or selling expenses. Next comes fixed overhead. Fixed overhead, it is given in the problem, as you can see, 1 lakh. So we will take 1 lakh. Administration expenses, as I have explained, the variable, the administration expense is given. How much it is given? It is given 50,000. It is totally fixed. So 50,000 will come. Then comes selling expenses. As I have already explained, selling expenses variable part is 11.70 and fixed part is 1.30. So 1.30 into 10,000. Now here that is the most important and the trickiest part, because when you have fixed expenses per unit, in that case you need to multiply it with the base unit, and base unit is the 10,000 unit. Base unit means the actual unit, actual capacity, and so you need to multiply this 1.30 with 10,000 units. Similar will be the case for distribution expenses, that is 1.40 into 10,000. So summation of this fixed and variable will give you total cost. Now divide this total cost by the unit. What is the unit? The unit is 6,000 unit. So 10 lakh 800 divided by 6,000 unit, how much will it come? It will be 166.80. I think so far you have understood the concept. The idea is to bifurcate the expenses into fixed and variable, and if there is a semi-variable expense, that will be allocated under the fixed and variable part. Next, for 80% capacity, the same principle will follow, that is all the variable expenses, that is direct per unit, will be multiplied with 8,000 unit, and for variable overhead also, general, selling expenses, distribution expenses, all per unit will be multiplied with 8,000 unit to get the resultant figure. And for fixed overhead, general and administration expenses are already computed, and this figure will come because total figure will remain same. And for selling and distribution, per unit is there, and it has to be computed not with 8,000 but with 10,000. Again I am reiterating, it has to be computed, multiplied not with 8,000 but with 10,000 unit. Next we similarly compute the fixed and variable cost for 10,000 unit. For variable cost, just multiply the per unit with 10,000 unit, and for fixed cost same principle will hold here, and will compute the total cost under 8,000 and 10,000, and for 8,000 it comes to 12,75,400. Divide this thing by 8,000, the resultant figure is 159.42. Similarly, for 10,000 unit, the total figure is 15,50,000. Divide this by 10,000, the resultant figure will be 155. So I think you have understood the concept, but the most important point is the total fixed cost and fixed cost per unit. If total fixed cost is given, just put this fixed cost under various level, irrespective of the volume of output, and it will not change. Means under various level of output, the same fixed cost in total will come. But if fixed cost is given as a per unit basis, then you take the base year, the base capacity or the base unit. Here the base capacity or base unit is 10,000 unit, so we need to multiply the fixed cost per unit with 10,000 unit to get the total fixed cost under various level of activity. So this is the most important point, and this thing you need to take into account, because most of the student makes mistake while calculating this per unit fixed cost, and what they do, they multiply this per unit fixed cost with the level of output, and as a result the problem becomes wrong. The answer becomes totally wrong. I think this video will help your purpose, and this will help you to secure good marks in your respective exam. So I request all of you to subscribe my channel, and if you like this video, just post some comment. Thank you. Thanks for listening to my video.